Okay, I'm
congratulations.
excited.
That's tough, my guy.
And I had to come to Ken. I was like, you know what? He doing his thing. He the best that I've seen.
Thank you.
Definitely
Thank you.
gonna show you the love. Come through.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
That's what I'm talking about.
What are you trying to do?
I usually get the little dark Caesar, but
Okay.
what would you recommend? I'm about to get married. I'm trying, lift my
Yeah.
best.
You ever got a high taper?
I've never got a high taper.
Let me cut it down. I'm guessing enhancements.
Of course, I don't mind the enhancements.
That's what we're doing. We're just shaping it up.
Yeah, I want to
trim
shape
it
that
a
up,
little
clean
bit.
it. Yeah, just clean it
Okay,
up. That's
I
it.
got you. Let's do it.
YouTube, what's good? I got a pretty simple haircut today. It's his wedding day in a few days. So we're gonna start by cutting his hair down. Of course, I had to comb it out. And I started with my 2. Reason I went with my 2, just because this is my first time cutting them. A lot of these videos that you guys see, mostly every video, this is like my first time cutting their hair. So I don't know about if most barbers agree with me, but to me, the first time you cut someone's hair is usually the trickiest, because you just don't know it yet. You're walking into uncharted territory. So I got my 2 and I'm just going with the grain. And his hairline's kind of like in a rainbow shape. That's one of the first things I noticed. He has a very full hairline. After the 2, I kind of put a lower guard just to kind of smooth it down even more. And then I went even lower with the 1. So I always like to start high and then go low instead of going low first, because then you can't put the hair back on, you know what I'm saying? So as you can see, the hair laid down very, very nice. I ended up washing it, and we're just gonna start the taper. We're just gonna do a high taper, nothing special. So what a high taper is, for anyone new to the channel, it's just basically a taper without the C-cup. So a mini fade on the side of his head, but not a fade going all the way to the back. We are gonna fade the back, but it's not gonna be a connected fade. So this is what a high taper is supposed to look like. Shout out to Babyliss. They sent me this package. It was the clippers that I have in the video right now. So these are fresh out the box. He sent me a trimmer and a clipper. Shout out to them. So for this side, we're gonna do the exact same thing. And I always kind of like to keep like near the vertical bar area darker, so that when it's time for us to come back for the lineup, it's already like, it's chilling. We got some room to work with. You can always take more hair off. You can never put more hair on. Always remember that. So I'm gonna trim the area around his ears after I do the back taper to kind of prep it for the lineup. And his hair was laid, there's no need for foam, there's no, like if the hair is already laying down, I'll just add like a product at the end. I'm not gonna disrupt it by adding a bunch of foam just to make it look wet and shiny. Like nah, it's just not worth it. So I'm gonna do the lineup around his ears and then move on to the front. So for the front line, once we cut it down, the patch in the middle kind of went away. But as you can see, he still kind of has like a little bit of a rainbow hairline. So I'm gonna blow dry it, add a little bit of hairspray, wipe it down with just a tad bit of alcohol. And I'm gonna start in the middle, keeping the middle part as natural as possible. And then in the corners, we're gonna push that part back just to match up with the middle. So we're just gonna straighten out a rainbow type shape. How do you straighten out a rainbow? Pushing back the corners, if that makes sense, if that analogy makes sense. So we're gonna connect it to the other side. And I just let my clippers do the work. You don't see me trying to get like that white line with it. I don't do that, like dragging a corner. I could easily do that to make it look sharper, but what I'm doing now is actually cutting the hair. I'm penetrating the hair. That's the purpose of a trimmer, to trim the very small and precise hair to make a line. And I always like to make sure my lines are super precise before we add any bit of enhancements. My pick of choice for enhancements is going to be Tomb 45, just because it sprays dark, so it's efficient. I just got to do a few pumps each side and it's done. That's it. I'm gonna put the pencil just on his vertical bars. Try this at home. I really like it. I think it looks better than the pencil all around the head. I'm gonna freehand trim the top to get all those loose hairs kind of covering up and coming towards his hairline. Kind of looks like a little bit of overhang. And I didn't like that, so we're gonna clear that out real quick. Be very precise when you're doing this part. It's tricky. Because if you mess up, guess what? He got a patch in his hairline. I'm gonna trim down his stash a little bit, shape it up nice and sharp, clean up his face. This is a very simple haircut. Very, very simple. This client was dope though. He came in high energy. He was from New York. High energy. Just great energy. So shout out Easy Blade. I used my razor and my code is on the screen if you guys want a discount. So I'm showing you guys the product, my product of choice, just to kind of add some moisturizer in his hair. I believe I did this cut on a Friday, so I'm sure he was gonna go out afterwards, you know, show off his fresh cut. But this is the end result. This is my client's reaction. He definitely was satisfied. I'm gonna clean up his neck. And it's important to disinfect your client's skin just to close up the pores, because when you're cutting their hair, the pores is open. Always close them up. This is how my client came in. Look at that. Boom. That's the after. Book an appointment with me on my website if you're located in Philly. It's your boy 4 and I'm out. Peace. Like and subscribe.